Terrorism is not anything new. Terrorism has been from time immemorial. Uh, it has a special feeling and meaning now because some people try to start something. Um, Terrorism is always used by people who aren't as sophisticated as others. And while it would seem as if we are getting more sophisticated, according to God, the nations that preceded Egypt and Babylon and all those would be progressively inferior. And Babylon was depicted as gold, Medo Persia as silver, and so on. It could have been that they had to do pioneering work to bring us to where we at, and we're just building on what they have set up so that, in a way, that is inferior. But the nation that is inferior and tries to take over has to do things that aren't regular, in that they can engage the champion or the superpower in a way that the superpower wants to be engaged, and so they come with something different. It's unorthodox, and that was terrorism. I recall a couple of years ago when some people, Bush and others, were talking about the new war is going to be the war on terrorism. I find something wasn't right there. When I look at how they were behaving, I find it was kind of like suspicious. And it ended up that somebody told these guys, I better don't go there. But the terrorism that we have today is based on alliances and helps and other things. And some people in the Middle East don't like certain things, and they can't come out in a conventional way and win. So they're doing the what is considered terrorism. Now, it took a smart guy like Obama to realize this and say that, you know what, I can't really put all our resources like at $5 trillion to catch one guy. It killed Saddam Hussein, for example, and dislodged the Taliban. It cost almost $11 trillion. Is that worth it? I mean, Saddam Hussein would have died anyway. Maybe they could have gotten the guys to overthrow him or something. You know what I mean? But the enemy, who now is using terrorism. You see, the terrorists and America are not the true enemies. The true enemy is the Antichrist, the guy who wants to rule the world. And so he realized that unless the world is in some serious chaos, he doesn't stand prayer. So what he has done is got these Muslims to, take on some vengeance. In fact, he even been 50 and more years ago set up things in the Middle East that culminate now in this kind of great terrorism struggle. And he has boys from Ivy League who couldn't have gotten places without their help and so on, to get a position, and then to come up with some lies, and then deceive the nation and go on and squander the resources. So that's really it. And Obama now is realizing that, look, this war, it has been won. I mean, Osama is dead. Saddam Hussein is not there anymore. And generally, state-sponsored terrorism in the Middle East is kind of like waning, since most of the people who had been doing it are gone. So, terrorism is not anything new. And what is key about terrorism is trying to create terror. And the Bible depicts it this way. There's come a time of trouble such as never was. And men's hearts will be failing them for fear, worrying about those things which are coming up on the earth. And so you just have to be brave and just maintain and just protect yourself. I mean, like for example, when I leave home, I put my hands up over my head and I'm looking around to see who the opponent is, because a guy could be standing up at the wall and as soon as you pass, swing and hit you in your head and knock you out, and then come and cut off your head. So you have to protect yourself at every turn. You just can't get high and come out and say and singing and doing stupidness. You get some problems. They beat you down, they put you in jail, do all kind of stuff. So you have to protect yourself, maintain, and avoid, unnecessary somebody come and hit you across your head and you have to go and get your gun and shoot them, and then you have to go to court and you have to lose your house because you have to get a big attorney and still get 5 years in jail for manslaughter. They're going to be able to say it was self-defense. But you know what? If you were protecting yourself, it wouldn't have happened. So you wouldn't have had to spend your house out, you wouldn't have to spend 5 years in jail and the whole 9 yards. And so I'm glad to see how this whole terrorism game has come to an end. And the new enemy is economics. We have to make the world economy work, and we have to provide jobs citizens of the world. We have to create products and services that the world needs. And so let's go for it. That is the new frontier.